First of all, thank you, to bring me in this amazing place. I really like the vibe of this place.
Okay, welcome. Oh no, please. You
No,
can
that's
serve
okay.
yourself first.
I don't know how much you eat. I'm just
No,
eating
no,
it.
I don't. I have eaten. This is a lot. More than enough.
This is your go-to place.
Yes, I mean for Manipuri food, this is one of the best places.
Okay.
Lakshmi Kitchen is also there.
Acha.
But I thought Lakshmi Kitchen would be very crowded, so I wanted to
yeah.
come to a slightly less crowded place.
Yeah. Please have it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, kya hai? Like, if you can just describe.
This is dal. This is iromba. Iromba is a very special Manipuri, dish.
Oh.
So
This one, right?
Yes. So you may or may not like it, but I think a lot of people like it. I mean,
What
it
is
takes
this
time.
inside it?
It's aloo, and this is bamboo shoot, I think. Yeah, bamboo shoot. Aloo is basically vegetables,
Acha.
and they put fermented fish also.
Fermented fish also.
Yeah, fermented fish also.
I think people love fish a lot.
Yeah, they love fish. Like they're crazy about fish. I think Manipuris cannot eat a meal without having at least one, fish item. Even if it's not visible, also it's there.
There's a flavor of fermented.
Yeah. And it takes time to acquire it. Some people don't like it in the beginning, but once they like it, they can't let go.
I think bamboo for the first time I'm trying it.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
It's
But
nice.
if you like fermented things, then it's good. So how do you have your food? Like office में घर से ले जाती हो कि?
Yeah, I get it back from home because the thing is, there's a lot of work, and if I take lunch breaks, then it'll take too much time. So I try to finish everything at work.
What's that?
This is bora.
Oh, this is bora.
Yes.
Like prawns? Yeah, what is that?
This is vegetable bora, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, different. This is onion. Then this is called maroi nakupi. I don't know the English translation for it, but it's it's really tasty. Try it.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
This one? I'm just taking it.
Yeah, try it.
So this is a vegetable.
It's vegetable, yeah.
Oh.
It's very.
You said what? Marai?
Maroi nakupi.
Oh.
Yeah. I really like it.
Oh, that's good. What's your favorite food?
I have so many favorite foods. There's something called singju. Singju is like a salad, but it's made in a Manipuri version, and it has, as usual, fermented fish also in it. So it's very healthy and it's very tasty as well. I love bora also, and I love iromba. There's a thing called laphu tharo iromba. Laphu tharo is like it's also a plant. Again, I don't know how to describe it, but it's also very nice. Then I love chicken.
You have traveled to a lot of places now.
Yes.
Please have it.
Yeah.
I will ask you with that. I think when we travel to a lot of places, it's obvious that you get a chance to learn the culture, behavior, and other stuffs of different part. Side by side, I also personally feel that travel gives you an experience of adjustable.
Yeah.
You become adjust with because as you said, your profession also needs that thing, or
Yes.
also in a personal case. So how you look into it?
It's true. I mean, my parents have always, encouraged us to travel. They took us to whichever place when we were very young also. So when I was young, my father had gone to Bosnia and Herzegovina for a UN peacekeeping mission. So I remember I was very young, and I went, he took us around Europe at that time.
You were of what age that time?
I was maybe 6 years old, 7 years old.
Very young.
But I still had very vivid memories of, that time. And it was beautiful to come into contact with different kinds of people at that age. I learned to adjust, I learned a new language at that age. I learned Serbian. Serbian.
You remember? Still?
I know a little bit, like Dobro dan, like
What
good
that
afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah, kako ste vi means how are you. So I remember certain things, and to be exposed to a different culture, different people at that young age, it opened my mind. And as I love writing also, so it sort of affected the way I write. It affected the way I treat new people, strangers, new places. And I think ever since then I've loved to travel. After clearing UPSC also, I went for a Euro trip, on my own.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite place, I want to ask, in India?
I love so many places. I loved Rani Khet. I mean, it's a very
In
quaint.
Rajasthan.
Rani Khet is in Uttarakhand.
Acha, Uttarakhand. Okay.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's a hill station, and it's really nice. I love that.
You're moreover a hill people.
No, I love hills as well. In Manipur, I love Ukhrul. Ukhrul is beautiful, and I love the beaches also. I love Pondicherry. I love Goa. Rajasthan is also such a beautiful place. So I mean, India is so incredible in the sense that it's so diverse. You know, you can find mountains, beaches, desert. So I think India is an incredible country to travel around also.
Definitely. I think this video, the time the video will be published, I think you will be married by that time. I don't know, it can come early also.
Yeah.
So I'll ask, how do you feel now to balance personal and professional life? Because you are going to marriage is a lot of responsibilities and stuff. So how do you see into it?
I think when your partner is very understanding, respects you and your job, and if that is the case, then I don't think marriage should be that bigger. Of course, it's a very serious thing. You should respect it, but at the same time, it doesn't mean you have to drastically change everything in your life. So with Renity and I, we have that understanding. We understand.
I want to ask you how this thing happened. Like a bureaucrat and total somebody from a different profession. How it got started?
Well, it started when we met through friends.
That's mutual friends.
Mutual friends, and then we started.
Here only in Manipur?
Yeah, in Manipur. And then we started hanging out together, and we enjoyed each other's company. We could contribute to each other's lives. So, and we had a similar worldview. We all wanted to change our society. We want to contribute to our society. We want to help young people, find out and guide them. So I think that is what got us together, because we have a similar dream.
Yeah, the few days back when I met Randy sir, he always tells like, it's always better to use money to help others than spending on our personal needs. Yeah,
he is very, he thinks always about others all the time, Sometimes I have to tell him that you have to think about yourself as well. So that way I think he has been a very good, made a very good impact on me in the sense, the way he's so passionate about his work. Sometimes I look at him and I think, am I that passionate enough about my work? Because he doesn't even take a break, At least we have Sundays. Like I tell him, please take a break because your body needs to relax, you need to recharge. But he's always like pushing himself, pushing his voice. He wants to do better and better every day. So he's very passionate.
Just few years back, I was just recording a session with Hemant sir, SSP. So he was telling the Renity sir, with excluding his exercise and practice, he still runs for 6 kilometers a day.
Oh, he runs 10 kilometers.
Oh
10,
my
12
god,
kilometers.
then he might like...
Yeah, sometimes he does 6, but mostly he runs 10, 12.
Huge,
Every day.
I think that's what from where fitness comes in your mind.
Yeah, fitness. And he's so self-motivated, Like I love that about him, because most people are motivated because they want, to get promoted, they want more money, they want more success. But he just wants to, be better just for himself. So that is really great about him.
Are you a foodie?
I love food.
You don't look like...
What? I eat a
like
lot.
if I say that, people will easily believe that every time I think I am eating. But that's a disadvantage of bulky people like us.
I think it's different metabolism also. Some people can eat a lot and still not.
Yeah.
But I exercise also.
I say you exercise a lot.
Not a lot. Renity says it's not enough.
Okay,
But,
he says. So like, I know your schedule is busy, but when there's a day off, no work, means a little bit away from the work.
Yeah.
How do you manage your day?
Usually I love to spend time with my family because because I'm busy with work. The rest of my family members, they also have to go for here and there. So when we get a off day, then we prefer to spend time together, talking, eating. Sometimes we go for an outing somewhere.
Oh.
We go to a park. We go for a picnic. And then it's very nice to spend time like that with family, and then even with close friends. Sometimes I hang out with them in the evening. So that's also very recharging for me. And then the rest of the time I prefer to spend reading and writing.
How was your childhood? Like, are you a naughty kid, or is there any mischiefs you have done?
Oh, a lot.
Like?
I have broken so many of my windows.
Here or like your?
I mean, in my previous house, when I was growing up, when I was a
Your
child.
parents used to get a call?
Used to?
Do they call your parents for that?
Oh, no, I broke my own house.
Oh, your
own house ka windows. We used to play cricket. I don't know, we used to play not just cricket as a kid, yeah. And I remember, so one of my neighbor, he had the bat. He was the one who used to get the bat. So whenever he was out, he used to take the bat and say, the game is over.
Acha, that fun day, you know whose bat it is?
Then he decides. So if he says, I'm going home, then he takes the bat with him, no? So the game is over.
And how was your days in hostels? Like, are you sad initially? Like
Initially, it was a little, obviously, because you come from a very different place, and suddenly you see all this new kid, So a little bit, I felt a bit bad, homesick, but I think I adjusted quite quickly in a few weeks. I made new friends. Then best thing about my boarding school, Wellham, is that they have a lot of creative outlets also. So if you love painting, then you get a lot of chance to do that. You get to pursue. I took up Kathak also.
Oh.
Yeah. Then I learned music. So there were so many things you could do. You met a lot of people, and it was always fun. I mean, I remember it as one of the most fun times and I made friends who are like family. We're that close. Like I told you about Kolkata is very familiar to me because my best friend is from Kolkata, and I keep going there. Yeah.
From where?
She's from Kolkata, Baliganj.
Oh, Baliganj.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like born and brought up here.
Yeah. So I keep going there to visit her.
Next time you are coming, please let me know.
Definitely.
So, as we were talking about creativity now, if you see these nowadays, like as we were talking that time, that youths are taking content creations as a profession, but I won't say you are a mother now, but like being a senior, like sometimes you also need to handle a lot of youth, no? Like parents come, ma'am please isko samjha dijiye, kya kariye. There might be parents still now who feels that kids, this is not the profession, like you should get some job, like, but you know how it is, social media people are running. What do you feel? Is it right? Is their parents need to be scared, or they should just leave their kids on this note?
I can understand it from both points of view. The parents grew up in a completely different world, like the internet revolution was not there. So for them, what is most important is stability.
There is a generation gap.
Yes, definitely there is a generation gap, and that's why I think we need to bridge this gap so that there's an understanding, because parents feel that doctor, engineer, IAS, these are the stable jobs. So these are the only things our kids should be in order to live a stable, secure life. But in the last 20 years, I think the landscape of social media has completely changed the world, and people are earning in millions through Instagram, through Facebook. So I think parents need to also be sensitized towards that. I think we need counseling, career counseling, just counseling, life counseling also, and not just for the kids, but also include the parents also. I think it's very important to let them know that the kind of jobs which were there before might be extinct now. There are new kinds of jobs, and kids need to adapt to that, because the kind of jobs which we had pehle might not make sense anymore. Like the telegraph, it's extinct, we no longer use it. So there will be new jobs, and kids need to orient themselves towards those news, and especially with all this content creation and everything. This is how awareness about new kind of storytelling is taking place all over the world. And in any field, this is remarkable. It has I think power to generate new narratives. I think that's very important. I mean, the fact that you are here, in Manipur, I think that also speaks about, how powerful this medium is to bring people from different cultures, different places together and then say when you put it on your platform, it amplifies, you know, it lets new people know about the place called Manipur, how life is like, what kind of food we eat. So I think it's very beautiful that way.
So, you know, every day is not the same. We all go through lots of ups and downs. And as we were talking about this bridge between parents and their children.
Yeah.
There are times, you know, when a child is going through, like he wants to take his passion as a profession. And as we were talking, like sometimes parents don't allow. And things doesn't go side by side, तो वो लोग गुस्सा करके फिर छोड़ देते हैं अपनी चीज़ को. And they get frustrated at the age of 40-45. यार मैं गिटारिस्ट बनना चाहता था, क्या नौकरी कर रहा हूँ. What will be your suggestion to them कि when everything is against you, what should be your motto कि no, I will do it?
The thing I think is when you love something and you want to pursue something, you also have to be good at it. If you're not good, I mean, if you just like the idea of it, like some people might just want to play football because they see Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, but if you don't work hard, if you don't train, if you don't try, the same with musicians, you know, you might like the idea, oh, I want to start a band, you see Nirvana or you see some other band, Parikrama, and you think, I want to be like that, but if you don't practice, if you don't learn, then how can you pursue it? And how can you convince your parents, how can you convince other people to take you up if you're not good at it? So my suggestion is that when you want something and you're passionate about it, you should really try it out. And you should get very good at it, so good at it that nobody can tell you that, you know, you will not do anything with your life with that. When you are so good, then there will be so many platforms for you to, you know, I mean, tell the world that this is what I'm good at and this is how I'm going to make my mark in the world.
Do you believe in miracles?
I think yes, I do believe in some element of luck. Not miracles as such, but luck to hai, I think.
You believe it?
Thoda bahut. But I think luck will not happen just unless you work hard also.
हाँ, few people think कि अगर luck है तो मैं हो जाऊँगा.
नहीं.
ना.
See, luck maybe 10% luck चाहिए.
हाँ, बाकी
like
90%
हाँ,
hard work.
90% तो hard work. Because even I've seen even with regard to UPSC, like so many brilliant smart people don't get through, you know.
Yeah.
So थोड़ा बहुत luck तो चाहिए, I think. But if you don't work hard at all and think कि हो जाएगा, मेरे पास luck है, you know, तो I don't think that's gonna work.
Is there anything that you fear?
Not really. I mean, maybe sometimes I think I'm not working hard enough. Maybe that's what I fear. Or that sometimes I feel that I might, you know, take things for granted and I'll get complacent and I'll not. And then I fear that I'll stop writing and pursuing my other hobbies because I'm so busy with my work. So I want to keep that fire to write, to, you know, dream alive. ऐसे नहीं कि job मिल गया तो बस, you know, like I should, हाँ. So I a little bit I fear that I become so comfortable कि I'll stop pursuing other things.
Like while talking to you, I understand one thing. Like you are a person who loves to host people, loves to share. Like I was seeing that you were telling me, "Veem, you should try this place. Like personally, you are a person who really host all others, whoever like coming in touch with you.
Yeah, I love doing that. I love showing people different, you know, ways of living. And when I interact with them also, I feel that every person is an opportunity for me to also learn. No person is the same and everyone is so unique, you know. So it's so beautiful. Why would you let a chance like that go?
You are like Manipuri girl and now into the administration of Manipur government. I think you have seen the state more than anybody else who is coming from other place.
Yes.
How does it feel, or what do you feel like? What's the difference you're seeing, like seeing the government outside and now being in the part of the government? Because I feel like हम हर कोई ना बस चिल्लाते रहते हैं, अरे government ये क्यों नहीं कर रहा है, government वो क्यों नहीं कर रहा है. What do you feel like? It's always like to be a part in the government, then we should shout, or how does it feel?
See, I grew up in Manipur, but at the age of 10, 11, I went to study outside. So I only came back to Manipur again for my UPSC preparation after around 12 years. So I stayed around 10 to 12 years of my life outside Manipur. And I think that helped me get a perspective also, variety of your perspectives. So in that way, yes, I mean, I grew up with the history, culture, I know the language, I know the people of Manipur. At the same time, because I stayed outside, I learned different parts, about different parts of the country. I've met different kinds of people. So that has helped me to get a better perspective about Manipur. And yes, I think it's important for people to speak up if they feel something is wrong. Government, if something is wrong, then I think people have the right to speak, as long as they're not harming or inciting violence. But if they want to do it in a constructive criticism sort of way, I think that's valid. At the same time, being part of the administration, I feel that you cannot blame government for everything also, because people also need to take individual responsibility. And citizenship, government will not function without active participation of citizens, no? Like we talk about how garbage disposal is a problem. Yes, the government needs to take the initiative to pick up garbage and make sure that it's actually taken care of in a harmless way. But at the same time, if people keep throwing and littering on the street, then you can't keep blaming government for that also, no? So I think it needs to go both ways. I think the citizens also need to trust the government, and the government also needs to the citizens also need to be trustworthy. They also need to take their civic values seriously and be good citizens. If they don't do that, then they can't blame government for everything when they don't obey certain rules. Like, for example, even traffic lights. If there's accidents, then the government also needs to check if they have enough traffic lights or they have enough traffic police or everywhere. But at the same time, if people are driving rashly or drunk driving or not taking care, then it's the citizens' responsibility also to take that seriously.
Definitely, I think this is gonna be an inspiration. I think your family and so many people adore you. Everybody adores you, and I also personally feel that it's an inspiration to meet people like you. But I want to ask you, if you were not an IAS officer, which profession would you like?
I thought, I would be an academic or something, teaching, or at some point I thought I would become like we go to theatre or something and become a theatre personality, or acting or singing. I thought, I think when I was slightly younger, I went to New York and I went to Broadway, and I saw a musical, show.
You're more tended towards music. What I feel by
So I thought that maybe I should also become like a actress. Actress in the theatre sense.
So why don't you try now also? You can. I think time is our issue.
I might take it up. Actually, now I'm thinking of becoming, like making documentaries or films or something like that. Not right now, but at some point, Because I'm really interested in, all the creative arts.
Means what do you want to do? Like you want to create film or you want to act in it?
I want to create. I want to create.
It's a filmmaker inside.
Yeah. Okay. I love telling stories, whether it's writing or through the medium of the camera. So hopefully someday.
No, we would love to see you in that avatar, and it's always an honor to meet you, and you giving me time from your busy schedule. Like I don't know what to say, but I have a self-obsessed question. That is, how you feel meeting me, and what was your suggestions on my podcast and anything? What would you share?
I actually didn't know I was meeting you that day, but it was a really
we met in that cafe.
So actually you had come to meet Trinity, So it was a nice coincidence, and I really like what you're doing. I love that you're exploring different parts of the country, which most people will feel a bit apprehensive of. So I really applaud you for that. And I like the fact that you're not even asking me any UP questions, because I have answered
But you
so
know,
many.
कुछ लोग मेरे ऊपर बड़े गुस्सा हो जाते
हाँ,
हैं
कि नहीं।
अरे क्यों मैडम को मिला तो ऑप्शनल पूछ लेना, ये पूछ लेना। मैंने कहा मेरा फॉर्मेट अलग है, थोड़ा समझ जाओ।
And also, there's so many other videos now which have
Yeah.
asked the same thing. So I think it's nice that you have, made it slightly different. And I really think you should explore different parts of the country like this. And it's great that you're doing that. It's great that you're not just, meeting people, but actually learning about the food they're eating, their culture. So I really think it's a great thing, and you go from strength to strength and meet diverse sets of people and actually show the world how India is.
I hope so I could do it. Thank you so much once for it. अब ज़्यादा बातें नहीं, थोड़ा खाना भी खा लेंगे। Okay, bye. See you.